Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have just some bookish things to do that I'm excited to bring y'all with me on. We are going to be using my newly made TBR jar. I just put out a video of me decorating this and putting it all together. So I will drop that in the description below. But we're going to draw out of here to get our December TBR. And we also need to scan in a few books that are new that are not in my book library app. I think it's called Book Buddy, but I'm not sure. So editing Cheyenne will put that right here or something. So yeah, let's start with the TBR because I'm very excited for that part. And let's kind of hop into what December will look like. I do not have a TBR cart yet, so I'm still pulling them off of my bookshelf. So hopefully this isn't too chaotic, right? That I can't wait till I have a cart and it's more anticipated reads are on there. So we will see how this goes. And at some point very soon, I will have a TBR cart and kind of build that. Today is a super cold day. It is snowing. We have gotten several inches of snow today. And yeah, so I'm just trying to stay cozy, and it makes me really excited for cozy books. So hopefully we get our hands on a few of those. I do already know one book that I'm reading, and it's my book club book, and that one is Silent Winter by Maggie James. That's for my book club, and we just figured out that we're reading that yesterday. So I'm excited for that one. I think it's a thriller, wintry book. Someone did describe it to me yesterday, but if I'm being really honest with you, I completely forgot, and that works for me. I like going into books pretty much as blind as possible. So let's pick our first book out of here. I'll be picking 8 books out of here, and just to be completely transparent with y'all, these will always be hopefuls, books that I hope to read. I'm never going to fully pressure myself to finish my TBR. That would just make reading not that enjoyable for me. It would make it feel like a task more than something I just enjoy doing. Although I will be trying to stick to this, I'm going to force myself to every single month read every book on it. My life is very busy. I'm a mom of 3, so I read when I can, and some months are better than others. So let's draw our first one. Okay, so book 1 is a booktuber's recommendation. When I think of that, I'm thinking of Sarah Corral or Haley Pham. I'm trying to think. Let me see what books I have on my shelf that I've gotten from them directly, because I know I have a few definitely from Haley, but I'm going to see if there's any that stick out because of Sarah. Ooh, we do have The Wishing Game. I think that Haley liked this book, so that one's up there, and it's also cozy. Ooh, wait. Okay, I do have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and Haley loves this book. And this one is pretty anticipated for me, so this one's pretty high up. But let's see what else I have. I have Dial A for Aunties, which Haley really liked. Ooh, A Love Letter to Whiskey, which is highly anticipated. And I don't know why, but when I hear that book, I think warm and cozy. And I also know Larry, she read that and loved it. So it's definitely between these two. Oh no. Should I have my husband pick? Because if there's one thing about me is I'm indecisive. So indecisive. 1 or 2? So I had him pick between 1 or 2. And this is 1, this is 2, and drumroll, he said 2. So A Love Letter to Whiskey is book number 2 on our TBR. Okay, a little bit about A Love Letter to Whiskey. If I believe correctly, it is a toxic love story, which I love that. I need a good juicy plot, okay, in a romance to keep me going. So it does say an instant crush, so it may be a little insta-lovey, but we'll see. And just a quote off the back, so I don't have to read all of this, it's falling in love was never the problem. Timing, however, is another story. Okay, prompt number 2. A book from a genre you don't read. And I already know what book this is going to be, and I'm scared. But I'm also excited for it because it is very loved. Every time I hear someone talk about it, a book just fell and it actually scared the crap out of me. But anytime I hear anybody talk about this book, they love it. Number 3 on the TBR, which is Red Rising. If I believe correctly, this is sci-fi. I could not tell you a single thing about this book. I'll just read the blurb to you because, like I said, I don't know. I just know this book's sci-fi. That's really the best I got for you. So, yes, his wife taken, his people enslaved, driven by longing for justice and the memory of lost love, Darrow will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if he must become one of them to do so. That actually kind of did sell me more and make me a little more excited for this. So here's book number 3. Prompt number 3. This is so much fun. I'm so glad I did this because this is a much funner way of picking out books personally. But okay, let's do prompt number 3. I'm definitely going to need some more prompts in here, guys. If you have any ideas, let me know. Prompt number 3. A book read by friends or family. I have a few here that I know I definitely got based off foundations from friends and family. So let's see, because we're going to have another choice on our hands here for sure, if I know anything about myself. Okay, Flawless is deeply loved by a few of my friends. Another one of my friends really loved Things We Never Got Over. So I will put this one on my radar. However, both of those are series, and it would be starting a new series for me, which I'm trying to get through some of the series I'm already in the middle of before I start anything new. So that's one of the reasons that maybe I would hold off on those. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. My friend really does love this book. Okay, so another one that is highly loved by a friend of mine, which both of these books are ones that she loves and would recommend to me. So I brought my husband in here and we are actually going to call her and let her pick which book. Hello. Hi, friend. One of the prompts was a book recommendation from a friend or family. And so I pulled out 2 books and they've both been recommended to me by you. So you're going to choose which one. So The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Okay. Or Alchemized. Oh, that's a hard choice. The Alchemized is really long. I know, yeah. Yeah, it's going to take you a minute to get through that. So I am going to say Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, just because it is a fantastic book. Okay, fair. All right, well, I love you. Thank you, friend. Love you too. Bye. Bye. That's it, guys. It's The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo that we will be reading for our 4th book. This book is basically a story of someone telling their story to a journalist so they can write her story, I believe. Magazine, yeah. And at some point they end up figuring out that their life was intersected in a tragic and irreversible way. So that's actually very intriguing and makes me excited for this. I love books like that. I love kind of going back in time and listening to someone's life story in that type of way. So I'm quite excited for that. And obviously, she had 7 husbands. So in case you didn't know. So prompt number 4, book 5. Let's go. The book that's been on my TBR the longest. I'm going to have to think on that because I don't know. And clearly I have a lot. So I have a lot of books. So we're going to have to see for sure. And I'm going to have to put on my thinking cap and go way back in time to when I first started reading and like what I was grabbing at that point. So I am thinking it's this one. This one's definitely like standing out to me on the one I've probably seen the most. Number 5 on our TBR will be Court of the Vampire Queen by Kate Robert. Quite excited for this one actually and to finally get to it. It has been staring me in the face for a long time and it's about time. So I am glad that I got this. And I love a vampire book. I love a vampire book. Her father ends up chooses her as the pawn and ends up gifting her to a vampire king who's dark and powerful and dangerous. So that sounds pretty good. I'm excited. And this is book number 5. Prompt 5, book 6. I'm getting really jacked up because I don't physically have the other book with me. So it's like, and it also wasn't a prompt. So it's like jacking me up a little. Let's see. I can definitely see why this is so much fun and like why people want to keep pulling them. So I am enjoying having this way of picking my TBR for sure. A murder mystery. Tell me what you did. Would that be considered a murder mystery? Okay, so I'm thinking that this is the book I'm going to choose for this one. It is the first one I picked up, but I read the back of it and now it's like got my attention again. So I think I'm going to stick with this one. So book number 6 will be Tell Me What You Did. This book is about a lady, Poe, and she has a true crime podcast and she invites people to anonymously confess crimes they've committed to her audience. She can't guarantee that the police won't find them, but she does grant that they will be anonymous and have instant fame. So after a show, she has like a good time kind of letting it go and moving on from it and like separating these crimes from her life. She has a strange and oddly familiar man appear on her show, and she is forced to take a second look because not only is he saying that he committed her mother's murder, but also that she knows something that no one else does, and that the person who murdered her mom is dead because she killed him. So I'm like, I'm very invested in this and like, what? I need to know more. So yes, book number 6. Number 6, book 7. Next time I'm definitely going to leave my book club book for last because it's really hurting my brain counting it like that. A book everyone is talking about. That's good. So book number 7, we're back to Alchemised because this is definitely the book on my shelf that everybody's talking about. I cannot keep my eyes off of it. I also just bought this and I'm trying to get to books that I bought more recently. So that would definitely be this one. This one is a dark retelling of Draco and Hermione. Enough said, right? So this would be book number 7. Prompt 7, book 8. Let's see what we get. A book with a pink cover. So what you will learn about me is pink is my favorite color. Obsessed with it, very much a happy place for me. So I love this prompt. Let's see what we have. That is a series though, but Finley Donovan is killing it. That's so much fun. I'm like really looking forward to this book, but like I said earlier, I'm not trying to start a new series. Ooh, Wildfire is a good option. This one does feel summer though, which I'm not like feeling that. First time caller. Ooh, that one's very pink, very cute. Ooh, funny you should ask. Loving the Time of Serial Killers. I kind of wish for once that this did say like a purple cover or something because the book club hotel, that's so cute. And it really fits the vibe outside. Dang it. Love in Other Words. This one looks like it might be giving a little bit of like winter fall time. Okay, so we are between Love and Other Words by Kristen Lauren or First Time Caller. I'm just gonna read the back of both of these, see which one like pulls me in their direction a little more. Okay. I feel like I've made a decision on book number 8. I think I'm gonna do First Time Caller. Just caught my interest a little more with the back of it. Aiden Valentine has a secret. He has fallen out of love. He hosts a romantic hotline in Baltimore, and a young girl ends up calling. She tries to get some dating advice for her mom. The interview goes viral, and Lucy, she thinks her dating life is not that bad, but then Baltimore ends up getting very invested in her dating life and wanting her to find her happily ever after. And from what I believe happened, they end up finding a guy for her to like go on a date with, maybe that type of stuff. But she ends up kind of having sparks fly with Aiden. So she has to figure out like what direction she wants to go. So that's pretty cute. And it does say back here that it is cozy. I should have just read the word cozy. I would have picked this one from the beginning. Honestly, I just want cozy reads, so that's right there. Yeah. This is book number 8 for December, and then we have one more, which is kind of sad because I really have been enjoying picking out of the TBR jar. Let's draw prompt number 8 and book number 9, which will be the final book for December. And let's see what we get. Let's see. This has been so much fun. This is like way more enjoyable than just handpicking them. Okay, a book with a name in the title. Okay, I confidently put this prompt in here. And now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I really hope I have a book with the name in the title. Okay, so we do have Maggie Moves On. Do have Layla. Literally just told me the other day to not even bother with this book. But I own it, so I'm probably going to read it, just give it a shot. There's another one. I actually have more than I thought, so that's good. Daisy Jones and the Six. Ooh. Carrie Soto is back. Okay, so I do actually have a few books. The final book for December TBR is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have just been picking up a lot of books by her lately, and by that I mean buying a lot of her books. So we are going to get into 2 of them this month, which is this one and The Seven Husbands, Evelyn Hugo. And if I remember correctly, it's about tennis and a tennis player who like had world record. Is that by the time she had retired, she was the best player in the world, shattered every record, and claimed 20 Grand Slam titles. That's crazy. If you were to ask her, she was entitled to every single one. You go, girl. Her father was her coach and a former champion himself. 6 years after her retirement, she found herself sitting in the stands of a 94 US Open, watching her record be taken from her by a brutal, stunning player named Nikki. At 30 years old, Carrie makes the decision to come out of her retirement and be coached by her father one last year in an attempt to reclaim her record. That's awesome. And I don't actually know anything or care that much about tennis, but I do like reading about stuff that's out of my norm. Final book for November TBR. Pretty good stack. These are a lot of books. Alchemised is pretty big, so like hopefully I make my way through these. Either way, this was so much fun. I'm quite excited for this TBR. A lot of these I've seen people give 5 stars to. Definitely the bottom 3. I know for sure I've seen people give these 5 stars. I'm excited for this month. I think it's going to be a good one, full of good reads and hopefully some like 5 stars in there. I'm having that feeling. And I will try to do a reading vlog this month with some of these books in there, and we'll see what we get into. So let's scan these books. That will be it for the video. It's pretty cool, and you can like scan your stuff in. You can see what you've loaned out. Yeah, so you have all of it right here. To scan a few in, scan multiple barcodes, and let's get into that. We do have a Rebecca Yarros book, which is awesome. Got this book. This is This Time Tomorrow. I don't know anything about this book, but it caught my eye. Son of the Morning, which this book is just absolutely stunning. Stunning. It does not have a barcode. And we also have Happy Wife, which it will show you. Okay, so this one did pretty good, but it will show you like the covers of them, and sometimes you have to like go on there, click it, and like choose a different one because it's so like that's not the cover of the book I have, and I'm very picky about that. So um they were all right, but I just wanted to show you that. So this app's really cool. That's all I have for you today, but thank you so much for coming along with me. I am trying to make videos where I chat a little bit more because I'm really bad about like doing something and then just like doing that, and I want them to be more entertaining than that, but I'm working on it. I'm kind of working on just growing and making better content for y'all. So hopefully this was enjoyable, and I can't wait to see you next month. I can't wait to do a reading vlog with y'all over some of these books and chat about them at the end of December. I'm getting so many books off of my physical TBR, which is awesome. Anyways, I have so many videos coming up for y'all, and I hope to see y'all stick around. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would love to have you, and it would be supporting a small content creator. I'm just trying to get in front of people who vibe with me, who enjoy the same stuff I do, so y'all can give me feedback and let me know what you like, what you don't like. I enjoyed this. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.